So if fairy tales were real, then this princess could not be handled by any prince or king. She was not made for ball gowns or parties. She was made for the sports field and battle. What if I tell you all that we can win an Olympic gold medal at the Paris 2024 Games? That too by a female athlete, and that too by the sport of gymnastics. In the sport of gymnastics. Most of you would feel that I've lost my marbles, but as of yet I haven't. It's true. I believe in this vision. So, what are we doing about it? We just need to pick them up from the streets. We need to put them into training institutions under passionate coaches who shall unframe them as to what they are right now, unlock their potential, and frame them back for greatness. On that note, me, you, all of us, we need to arise from our slumber. For very long, we have been told that India is a sleeping giant, India is a sleeping giant. I think this jolt of diversity in sports is what should bring us alive. So, sadly, these girls, they kind of are doing their somersaults on the traffic signals. But if we give them a fair chance, they will somersault into the sporting animals. They will. All we need is to believe in them. We need to have a conviction for that belief. And for all of that, we gotta work together. So, for a long time, female athletes and minority sports haven't been given the due. But I hope that it kind of changes now. For all of you who do not know what minority sports are, I shall enlighten you all today. Minority sports are all sports apart from cricket. I apologize to cricketers, but that's true. Also, what's been happening is that the female athletes are being disgustingly glorified as objects of desire. They're never glorified for their will to win, for their intent to bring glory to the country. They're never glorified for their struggles, which is beyond a common man's understanding. They're never glorified for being ambassadors of the sport. This is what we have to change, and together I think we can. Together. So, predominantly, it's in our head that boys, respect to all boys, they rule the universe, and girls, as depicted in the Dark Ages, are meant for breeding the future generation or for doing housework. Not in my books. Not in my books at all. For me, girls outshine them boys, be it the classrooms, be it the sports field, or be it the boardrooms. This diversity is what will propel India to be a world superpower. For that, we need the boys and the girls to compete with each other. For that, we need the girls and the boys to lead each other. And for that, we need the boys and girls to inspire each other. We've got to work hand in hand. We really have to. So my views on diversity, if I were to kind of share them with you, I actually would kind of do my thesis, which would really bring a smile to my parents that for the first time, their son has done something in the academic domain. For sure. But then, due to paucity of time, I shall keep it very brief, drive home some points for all of you to ponder over, and hopefully that should lead to a start of a positive sports movement for India. That's all I'm looking for. So, I've been asked time and again, what's the best way to teach leadership? And my answer kind of baffles them all. So I always say it's sports. They say sports, I say yeah, sports. So let me explain. No one is a born champion. Champions are made. Years of toiling hard, unwavering dedication, unwavering focus. Being a champion is a way of life. Being a champion is an attitude. And sports, is something that encompasses these things. It does. So, what's the best way to teach leadership? Right schools, right syllabus, right parenting, right friends, right teachers, all of the above. But sports is the most important component of them all, which makes well-rounded leaders of tomorrow, because it does encompass all ingredients. So, yeah. So we've been doing a lot of work in the grassroots sector, because we truly believe that grassroots is where it all starts. And if the foundation is laid strong, trust me, the building will never fall. So what we are doing now is that we're getting athletes as young as 4 years of age who are coming to us to develop their motor skills. Then we have athletes as young as 6-year-olds who are coming to us 3 to 4 times a week religiously to practice. And then we have athletes at the age of 8 who are playing in 8 specific competitions under supervision. Because that's a very fine line to tread upon, because my belief is that while competition is very important, it is also very important to teach it correctly. What if there is a massive score defeat and the athlete moves on to the other sport? That's not what we want, not at all. Girls, if pitted against the boys, they will become disillusioned, or they're stronger, they're faster, they will beat us hollow. What if they make fun of us? What if we lose? What if we don't do well? We educators need to drive home this point that it is the mental block of all athletes. For me, for all educators, everyone's equal. Be it the classroom, be it the sports field. That's how it goes. And this is what we need to build on. Girls, you're equal to the boys, you know that, for sure. And then, what's happening is that, So, on that note, we need to empower girls and boys together, and educators as well, to kind of build a strong society on that front. And then we have various age-specific competitions wherein girls are kind of building up their skill levels as well, and that's how we're going about it. So it is said that sports has the power to change the world. Sports has the power to unite the world. Sports brings in hope where there is despair. Sports kind of speaks to us in a language that we all understand. We do that for a fact. On that note, we've started taking baby steps in order to embrace the vision of being a global sports superpower. We've got sports leagues coming across and mushrooming and growing rapidly, apart from cricket. We've got the Hockey India League, we've got the Pro Badminton League, we've got the Pro Kabaddi League, which is a sport of the soil. Then we've got the TT League. And all these leagues are just helping the cause. They are. And we even organized and participated for the very first time in a FIFA Under-17 Football World Cup. Now, my generation never expected that India is going to be playing at the world stage. And now, we are bidding for the Under-19 Football World Cup. This is the new India. This is the India we need to empower and build to a level which is to be respected across. So, grassroots is something that has to be strengthened, and what we are doing now is we're going across to villages pan India and trying to educate and empower everyone that sports is a great diverse unifier. Sports brings about the changes that are required for our society to grow. But we are facing a severe backlash. It is to be expected. It could be lack of education, it could be lack of vision, but then we have to stick to our guns. If we kind of let it go, then there's no point, right? So one such incident happened at a small village near Alwar, Rajasthan, wherein we had gone to do a training camp for the girls. And then what happened was that the village elders were vehemently opposed to the fact that our girls will not wear a t-shirt and shorts and come out to train. So we said, okay, not a problem. We stuck to it for 7 days. 7 days back in, back forth. I was using my powers of persuasion to the max, and I was bringing out every card on the table to make them understand that it is only going to help them. It is said that the skies parted and the heavens smiled. After 7 days, the village elders agreed. We even invited the village elders to come by for the training, even in fact join it. It's going to be a healthy outcome at the end of the day. And the girls came out to train in shorts and t-shirts. We even had our female coaches as well to kind of lead the coaching in shorts and t-shirts only. So these are the efforts that we all need to make for a wider outreach. We have to go to every single village. We have to empower every single state. A couple of states like Haryana, Maharashtra, West Bengal, then the Northeast, they're doing brilliantly well, wherein they are bringing about these changes on a daily basis to empower these children. And for the first time, and finally, the government, the NGOs, the sports authorities are all coming together. So, a lot has been done. A lot has to be done. There have been decades wherein all the hard work of the athletes has not borne the fruit that was expected. But the recent past, we have had record hauls at the Commonwealth Games, the Asian Games, the Olympics, boys and girls both. They've been doing really well. All we need to do is strengthen our reward the award system. That's all we need to do. Because there are sports which are not cash rich. They have an immense pride value. And for all these athletes, that's all that matters. Let's give them their due. That's all they're asking for. Nothing else. Because if these athletes are going to be fighting court cases, then who's going to be taking the field of play? And it's not the first time that maybe a deserving athlete, for that matter, has come out by the help of the media, staking a claim to what rightfully should be his or her. But then we need to look beyond our gods. That's all we need to do. Let's sort this out together. Let's raise our voices on that. So, how do we encourage opening up of sports opportunities for a wider range of audience? I would request all the schools to take a lead, because school is such a platform which will be fair. They will give a chance to all. They will clamp down on prejudiced thoughts. They will provide for a dressing attire, maybe for a hijab-wearing girl to be as comfortable as any other one. That's how it's going to be. On that note, I introduce you to Majizia Bhan, one of the first hijab-wearing athletes India has, and represented by TSC Asia. I read about her in an obscure sports column. I managed to track her down, managed to convince her that allow us the chance to represent her. She was baffled. She said, sports management companies trying to manage me? So I said, yeah, that's how it is. So the day the announcement was made, hate messages started coming to us. Why are you glorifying her? She's bringing disrespect to the community. Now I ask you, what do you see here? I just see an exceptional athlete. I don't see anything else. Do you see that vision? If yes, then we need to see this vision together. We need to rise up beyond caste, creed, religion, all of it. Why can't a hijab-wearing girl don the India jersey? Why can't a hijab-wearing girl dream an Olympic dream? So with that thought process, we are backing her, and this month she goes to Turkey to participate in the World Arm Wrestling Championship. And once she comes back, she starts. Once she comes back, she starts her Olympic journey under Olympic medalist in the sport of powerlifting. Girls, one of your very own, well done. Deepa Malik, one of the most famous Paralympians India's had. Now she won an Olympic silver medal at the 2016 Paralympic Games. Alright, how many times have you seen this warrior of an athlete in commercials? How many times have you seen her in the media? Once, twice, thrice. Is that enough? Is that it? Are we doing enough for them? Tell me honestly, is she not more of an inspiration than an able-bodied athlete? Why did not we take inspiration from her? Why can't we do that? So let's all be inspired from Deepa Malik. Let's all be inspired by our school sports captains to a PV Sindhu, who ignites the whole country with her passion in the court. Let's be inspired by kids who take to the field of play or court of play in sweltering heat or cold to a Saina Nehwal, who will not give up till the last breath in her or her last sweat. Let's be inspired by our coaches who give their very best to a Raspreet Sidhu, who even after marriage, her heart beats for India. And she is working twice as hard to be the daughter of the house and also lead the Indian women's basketball team. Let's all be inspired by all the elders who just want the best from us, to America, who even after becoming a mother has won the world championship twice over. Let's all be inspired by Hima Das, a giant of an athlete from a very small village in Assam, who with her strides in the athletics arena has the world at her feet. Let's all be inspired by that. So girls, today you can claim your rightful place in the society. Your homes, where you study, the society has to acknowledge that girls can run fast, girls can shout out aloud, girls can get dirty, girls can fall and rise, fall and rise, fall and rise. That's how it is, girls. So, my thought process is that we have our share of problems, for sure. Population being a huge one at that, all right? But how about if we see India not as a number of bodies, but as a number of sports bodies? Why not rise up from that? How about we see India as not a population of 1 billion, but a population of 1 billion sports people? The talent that we have in India is simply unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. You know, a good leader is someone who breaks all the shackles of society and moves ahead, bringing a new tomorrow. We need to start that today. All I'd like to say in one line, awards or no awards, the sporting spirit should never